City of Enid is turning into a city of murals, and here with me is the director of Main Street Enid. Tell us what's going on.
Well, okay, so as you can see here, we are painting a crosswalk mural. Kind of how this came about is earlier this year, we applied for a grant, the AARP Community Grant Challenge, and it's a national grant, and so we just decided to throw it out there and see what happens, and we actually ended up getting the grant, and out of over 2,000 applicants, we were one of 184 that actually received it, and so we are super excited about this. Kind of a little bit of what we did is we put an RFP out to local artists to submit and show us what they would like for the artwork, and we our design committee of Main Street Enid went through and chose, and we came up with our favorite, which was Jack Morgan. He's here with his team of volunteers, and so we're super excited about that. So that's kind of what's going on right now.
Much excitement going down in downtown Enid, and we appreciate it.
City of Enid. With me is Jack Morgan, local architect. Now, Jack, you are the designer of the crosswalk art that we are viewing right now, that's getting painted right now. Now, can you tell me a little bit on how did you hear about this contest, and we'll go from there.
Sure. A co-worker of mine read about this in the paper on Sunday and said, hey, you like doing design work outside of just the architecture work? Would you be interested in putting together a submission? And so I said, well, sure, I'd be glad to do that. We provided 4 samples or 4 designs. We indicated we'd be willing to do one so that we didn't know what one they might fit best with the rest of the schemes. And then they ended up calling and said, well, would you like to do all 4? So here we are.
Now, tell me a little bit about the design. What are we looking at? What inspired it? Are they all similar? Are they different? And did you give input on where you wanted these to be painted?
So the one today is we call Propeller Flowers, and its inspiration takes a little bit from the aviation history of Enid and Clyde Cessna and his early attempts at aviation here. And then it also uses as the form the evening primrose, which is a flower very common to the western part of Oklahoma. We've changed the colors a little bit up so that it would be a little bit brighter, and then just a flower color. And we did these flowers in a shape to kind of emulate a propeller, like you would see from Mr. Cessna's work in the early days. All of these are kind of thematically tied. The color palette is certainly tied across all 4. The other 3 have a little bit more on aviation and wheat, and so you'll see some wheat feel in the other designs. Once we were notified that we were selected for all 4, it was given to us to figure out where we wanted to put them, where we felt the designs would fit best, or how the designs would fit the width of the street, because every street obviously is a little bit different.